please join me in welcoming South African star, SNE, and Nigeria's very own Sammy Lee. How you guys feeling?
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
I want to start by asking this because I know recently you were on tour, both of you, the UK Invasion tour. You know, how has the reaction been touring, honestly? Let me start by asking you, SNE.
I mean, it was nice, man. It's always nice to travel. It's breathtaking, you know. There's so many things that you learn from those experiences.
Right.
You know, and so many perceptions that were sold to you, and then
you get there and
you
you're
get
like,
there and you get to see the actual truth.
Sammy,
Yes.
I want to ask this because, you know, Afrobeats, Amapiano, everyone talks about it now. You know, we win awards around the world. When you actually go overseas, you know, to the UK, Canada, any part of the world on tour, do you actually see the love? Do you see this reception? Do you see it for yourself?
Well, that's for me.
Yes.
Yes, bro. I mean, that's one of the things that puzzled me. You know, we've been in positions where some things you see them as far-fetched, and when you get to those countries and see the love. Recently, I was in Asia. I was like, how do they know me in Asia? You know, so it really is amazing to watch the love that's been shown out there.
Now, let me go to Sammy. I want to compare, right? Because even though we've seen both genres celebrated around the world, sometimes people have argued about, you know, Tyler winning Afrobeats. I want to ask both of you, because, I mean, you majorly, you know, Amapiano, you majorly Afrobeats. What would you say differentiates the sound? How do you know this is Afrobeat? How do you know when this is Amapiano? Let me start with Sammy.
I think because Afrobeats right now is has that tag that's worldwide right now. So a Tyler, you know, coupled with the teams a team are doing, they kind of marry that opportunity where Afrobeat has that, you know, superstar, you know, glam around it. Then, you know, married it with our own brand, and yo, look at it. She won the Grammys. So yeah, I mean, Amapiano is still close to Afrobeat, you know, in a way. So yeah, I mean, as long as we are African, man, let's rock and roll.
I hear that, and I kind of like it, you know. I mean, one Africa, as long as we're being celebrated as a continent, it's good to go. Do you agree? Do you think they sound similar?
I mean, there's certain elements. I mean, Amapiano is still Amapiano, Afrobeat is Afrobeat. The reason why we have two different names. But apart from that, it's African music. I think there's so many, you know, we've seen names like Ashake going into, you know, incorporating Amapiano sounds, you know, and those things, I mean, it's amazing to watch. I don't know why does it even has to be some sort of like friction between the Amapiano, Afrobeat, you know. For me, that conversation is unnecessary. It's not helpful. It's a conversation that separates, you know. And I mean, as big shows like these ones, I feel we have a responsibility to push a narrative of non-separating conversations, you know, and gather Africa into one. I mean, Tyler winning, we should be celebrating, you know, instead of us being on some, you know, there's different types of conversations. That's our kid as Africans, and doing big things, and that should be celebrated as a whole, as Africa, as from Nigeria to Egypt to South Africa.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's one language, we're all pushing it, it's our music.
Precisely.
I like that. I mean, I wanted to say something. In the past 24 hours, I've seen a few videos, you know, pretty much in the studio with Slim Case, and I'm thinking, what's happening? You've been in Nigeria for how long now?
I mean, it's been a week.
It's been a week?
Yeah, almost a week.
Are you liking it? Is it too hot? Have you done some work?
Well, I'm getting used to it being hot. I'm getting used to the baby. Oh my goodness.
Sammy, you plugged him on some pepper.
Bro, my head burns. But apart from that, I love Nigeria. Nigeria is my second home. I come here a lot, and I'm still gonna come more. You know, I'm building relationships, friends, also working relationships.
Yeah.
Also, there's so much for me in Nigeria, and I feel like it's a good place to explore.
I mean, your home is as much as
Precisely.
home, pretty much. Let me talk about music, because you said you're building walking relationships. So I'm sure you've already walked on a few things that you're probably not going to tell us about. But let's talk about something that is out. I mean, you dropped Zulu back in February, right? How's the reaction been?
It's been amazing. I mean, it started off picking up in South Africa, and recently it's now picking up in Nigeria. The love is amazing. I mean, it's a good song. I love that song. It holds it was one of those songs where I heard it from someone and I was like, I need to put something into this song. And they sent me and everything was just flowing.
Interesting. I mean, you also, Sammy, the last song you dropped was last year, 2024.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on an EP. I'm going to say the name wrong, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it for the actual song itself. How's that been? How's the reaction like?
I mean, it's been great since I dropped In My Head, and now I'm gearing towards dropping my debut EP. It's called Making a Difference.
Okay.
It features the last of my brother SNE, Ice Springs.
Cool.
And Tosh Ghazi from South Africa as well. Mr. Easy as well is on there.
Wow.
Yeah, so
This is a packed project.
Yeah. I'm going Skales as well is on there.
Are you going to give us a date when it drops? Do we
not
know?
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but it probably might be on my birthday, which is August 3rd.
Okay, not too long. I imagine the fans are waiting, like counting down.
It's not so
August
long.
is still pretty far. I want to ask this question because a lot of people would attribute social media, to the global success as well of Afrobeats or Amapiano African music. Do you think it's easier now to put out music to succeed? Is the music industry easier?
I mean, there's social media. Social media has made things so much easy in terms of pushing yourself. It's easier to be independent, but there's so much other aspects into succeeding. There's also branding. There's a lot of things that are apart from the social media, but it's easier in terms of the social media. And once you get a good team that believes in you.
Sammy, let me ask you, because we bless God for socials, right? But it's not so easy to use. People are saying creating dance challenges on TikTok. Not everyone can dance.
Yes.
I mean, we'll ask SNE about the dancing because South Africans are incredible at that. But how is it navigating socials even as a musician? Is it?
Well, I mean, for me, because I'm from the millennial age, so I'm not Gen Z.
You say I'm not Gen Z.
But I'm Gen Z in my blood, though. So it's a bit tricky, but then you have to get along with the trend. So you can't be left behind. So TikTok, we're doing that. We're hopping on challenges. We're creating dance steps as well. So yeah, find us outside.
I like that. Find us outside. It's not even December, but when it comes to Africans, I feel like we can party anytime. It doesn't have to be.
Party every time, bro.
I swear.
Let's talk a little bit about a lot of people know you from Tshwala Bam. Such an incredible song. It did 100 million in the first month. The remix with Burna Boy. I mean, we all know this song. How did that come about? What do you remember about that process, creating that iconic song that most people don't know about?
I mean, most people don't know that that song, those vocals were meant for a different song.
Wow.
Yeah, and I sent to the guy I was working with on the song initially, and it was not used on that song. When the song came out, those vocals were not there. Until, UB took the vocals, abstracted it from the song, and then created something new, like a beat around the vocals, and that's how it came about. Next thing I'm being tagged on, in a song. I'm like, who's this dope guy? Next day I'm like, hey, I think I remember this song, and it was like a year later after I've created it.
Wow.
I had forgotten about it already.
OMG.
Yeah.
It almost seems like there's no how do I put it? There's no one way to creating a hit. Like no one has a solution.
No, there's no recipe.
There's no recipe.
There's nothing. I mean, even the dances, how it came about, you know, we there's so many times where we choreographed dances, just trying to create something, and it just, you know, it doesn't hit the way this one hit. We were in a, I mean, the way it got created, it was more of people dancing on a house party, and then someone took that video, attached it to the song,
And it became a thing.
next thing, you know, it just made sense. And then, so even the people who were dancing were not
Planning
intending
to.
you understand? So the song was not planned, the dance was not planned, and it became the biggest song in South Africa last year, which is amazing.
I can imagine. I want to bring Sammy into this, you know, because Burna jumped on the remix. And in most recent times, we've seen a lot of, you know, collaborations, international stars wanting, you know, South Africans, Nigerians, Africans pretty much on their records, you know. And it's a great thing for us. Where do you see this going next? You know, what's the next thing you think we're set to achieve, you know? What would this do for us as a whole?
Most importantly, you know, I think, and it's something that I was having a conversation with the Miller Mix the other day. I think it's about time we also, you know, be involved in also the business. You know, there's so much in the music that we, you know, comes from Africa. There's so much money that is being made. It's not about the money, but it's about also evolving Africa into not just being entertainers, and also there's so many good business guys in Africa. From Egypt to Africa to South Africa, there's so many Africans who are very capable of just, you know, creating some sort of transformation on the business side. So the business is also a space that needs to be explored more, you know, into the music industry.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sammy, what do you think? Where's the future for Afrobeats? You know, what should we do right now?
I mean, we can overemphasize the importance of collaboration. So, I mean, look at the song like my brother did with Burna Boy. It took the song from a viral song to a different whole another level class and all of that. And that's what collaboration does. And I think the evolving Amapiano, you know, meeting up with Afrobeats, what is going on, we should just keep the relationship going.
I like that.
Yeah, that's going to keep the fire burning, because we're all Africans and together we stand, and divided we fall. So yeah, I see us dominating more and more.
Yeah.
And you see the dancehall people too are joining us right now, because you know they used to have this spotlight of what Afrobeat is doing right now.
Right.
So yeah, you know they are joining the movement, and let's welcome them, because Jamaica and all those places, that's Africa too. You know, you have all the Rasta men, and you know the vibes. So yeah.
I wish we had more time to, you know, break this down and talk with you. But it's such a pleasure having you on the show. SNE, hopefully we can be in Soweto very soon, and, you know, you host us, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, man, come to Soweto, bro. South Africa is very beautiful, undeniably. The music, Amapiano, you know, growing so much, and you need to come to the heart
to find it.
To you know, have. There's so much. There's an experience that you can't find
anywhere else.
Just, you know, even apart from you can't get it anywhere. You need to go to the heart to actually also see there's other more juicy stuff there going on. Yeah.
I guess everyone needs to find their way to Soweto or Lagos, Nigeria. As long as it's Africa, we're preaching, hey, no matter the genre, I do think we're doing a fantastic job. SNE, thank you again so much for your time. Sammy, a pleasure having you. We're looking forward to your project dropping soon. We can't wait. When it drops, you better be here, okay?
Of course, most definitely.
Well, we brought you the biggest stories entertainment. We brought that fire chat, and we can see truly that we're one, right? So no comparisons. One Africa, of course, but that's so much we can take on today's show, East Central. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 4:30 p.m. to bring you entertainment as E-Day Hot. My name is Sam Dandy. This is bye for now.